Hello, and today I wanted to talk about a really bizarre aspect of PMO. And it's an aspect of PMO that I honestly do not think gets near enough talking about. This aspect of PMO that I'm about to bring up, if you don't know what PMO is, okay, no PMO means no porn, masturbating, or fantasizing, or orgasming. Okay, so porn, or PMO, means porn, masturbation, and orgasm. And there seems to be a genre of porn that I honestly believe is much worse than ordinary porn. Does that seem strange? It shouldn't. I'm not exactly a professional scientist when it comes to things like this. But I do have, I guess you could say, somewhat scientific analogies of it. This porn I'm talking about is animated porn. And animated porn, I've noticed that when you're addicted to something so far away from reality, so plastic where you can just make it into basically whatever you want, not only do you get super addicted to that thing, but you also, it honestly gets to the point where you don't even see ordinary humans and ordinary people as attractive. I don't really have much of a script for this. I didn't really think much about what I'm saying before I said it. I'm just bringing this up. Okay? I don't know anybody that has looked into this before. But I've been into some very bizarre territory, let's say. Okay? And in the realm of animation, in the realm of imagination, you can take women, you can give them as big eyes as you want. You can make them look like, you can give them, you could make, give them boobs as big as mountains. All kinds of really, really bizarre stuff. And to be honest with you, as hard of an addiction as porn is to break free from, these really, really bizarre things where you can take a woman and exaggerate her features any way you want has to be extremely bad for your brain. I'm talking to you furries as well. Because you want me to tell you something? I have seen just about everything. I've seen things I don't even want to talk about. I've been in depths of hell in PMO where your brain gets wired into things that no human being should ever be wired to, being addicted to. And this has happened for a reason. God wants me to know how deep the rabbit hole goes. And or whatever you want to call it. Okay? That's calling it different shit is just semantics. That's all that is. But, you know, you can have anything. You can have foxes, fucking porcupines, fucking whales inside of a giant dinosaur's belly, and the walls of the dinosaur's belly is a tentacle monster, and it's fucking every hole in every... Let me tell you something, okay? This shit's bad. And I want you to know, it's worse than ordinary shit. It's much worse than sex. It's much worse than looking up ordinary porn. And, you know, getting addicted to this stuff at a young age and then realizing that some people just identify with this shit. You know, they'll look at some weeb shit, they identify as a weeb just because they're addicted to the stuff. It's almost like they get emotionally attached to the shit. You know what I mean? It's almost like a form of Stockholm Syndrome. And they start thinking that that's what they are, and they dress up like these things, they go to these conventions, and it causes these really bizarre fandoms and shit. And you know, from a young age, I've been a victim to stuff like that, but then I was saved. I was saved by the NoFap community. These people talking about NoFap, talking about overcoming your problems, talking about dealing with problems like a man. And I got into this thing, and I started saving myself. But at a young age, I was addicted to this stuff. And, you know, these furries and all these people, for a good time, they made me really pissed off. It angered me that somebody could just sit down and let the distortions of this world corrupt them and turn them into these really bizarre things. And sometimes it goes so far that you end up with people like Kira the Wolf and Hypnosapho and all these kind of weirdos. For a while, I hated furries. And for a damn good reason. You know, and it's really bizarre. I think it's really amazing. And you know, I can understand how somebody would tell me that I shouldn't hate any certain group. A great master, who I might start mentioning his name in my videos. I don't usually mention his name. But a great master said, don't hate. And don't hate for damn good reasons. Because the spiritual hierarchy will have to obviously work with that hate energy. But I think it's bizarre how these furries and these weebs are just like, accept us for who we are. We just like to dress up and we like to pretend, and these people are grown-ass men, and it's almost like a form of Stockholm Syndrome. And for the longest time, wrongly, I hated these people. You can even find my comments saying I hate furries. I can't say I hate them directly, but I can say this. Porn addiction comes in many forms. And anime porn has to probably be one of the worst. I might try to put links in the description about this. I'm not the only one who thinks this stuff. But I just think it's amazing nobody talks about this in particular, since it's such a problem in our modern day society.